I will say it was the greatest halftime show by a pregnant woman.
So that was on purpose, that reveal, because right away people said, "Wow, she gained weight or she's pregnant."
Well, first of all, she gave birth to a baby 9 months ago, so it's still like kind of in that iffy stage where you're like, "Can you say something?"
All the
you
women,
tell?
like and they're like married with kids at the thing, were like, "No, she had a baby 9 months ago," and all the guys like, "She's got to be pregnant."
Yeah.
She's Rihanna. It's been 9 months.
And I sent a text out to like a couple groups while we were watching, and I noticed that nobody responded right away.
Right.
Like I think everybody was very,
Googling.
very nervous. Yes, Googling like right away. Well, let me just tell y'all something. If Rihanna was, first of all, she came out, the first thing she did was put her hands on her belly. No woman who is not pregnant is going to be doing that. You know?
Good point.
Second, if she was not pregnant, she would have had, like, let's just say she had some extra baby weight because girl gave birth 9 months ago. You would not have something zipped down and a belt underneath your belly. You'd have it up. You'd probably be in a different color, something tighter.
The outfits and costumes were different.
I think immediately the outfit was revealing and was like on purpose to make that announcement.
Got it.
Yeah. So she did. She gave birth 9 months ago, but is now confirmed expecting baby number 2 with A$AP Rocky.
Yeah, it was funny because it was like kind of rumor,
Yeah.
like through the house, you know, and then at the Super Bowl party, and then it was like, "No, she's pregnant."
she is.
Then everyone's like, "Oh," then everyone's talking about it. It's like no one wanted to say. Just like Katie said, like, we don't want to be like she's fat.
Because it's so delicate, you know. You don't want to make that guess and then be wrong and be like, "Oh, you pig!" You know, for men and women alike. How dare you?
So, Katie, did you like the halftime show?
I did. First of all, I was very distracted because I was Googling the entire time.
Yeah,
I mean, I
true.
really was. So I'm on my phone and I'm looking up and I'm on my phone and I'm singing along and then I'm on my phone and I couldn't find anything. So then finally I was like, forget it. I'm just going to watch. Given what I know now, I understand why. Like at first I thought, okay, this is kind of subdued. You know, it's like she's being careful. I get why. So
Not too careful. She seemed like she was about 100 feet in the air.
that part I cannot even
when it started to
imagine.
shake?
I
Oh, yeah.
cannot
I'd
even
have thrown
imagine
myself
it.
off that thing.
I do see there
cannot.
was some kind of safety harness if
Yeah,
you look
she did.
carefully behind
Behind
her.
her,
Yes.
But still, can you imagine?
No.
I thought, what a great Super Bowl halftime show if all of a sudden she slipped and fell and then was hanging from the platform under there.
Great, the word you want to use there?
Great word.
Memorable, maybe?
Let's go there. But
Terrifying.
can you imagine they would have to slowly bring it down? You know?
Oh yeah, and crush her.
I'd be scared for so many different reasons, but being pregnant, number one, I think it was a great montage of all of her hits. She has so. I mean, how many did we say?
She has so
Tons.
many. It's
I don't even know if
outrageous.
she got all of them.
44.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, so many. A great montage. I think that she sounded fantastic. I think she looked fantastic.
Some say that she wasn't singing. but
well,
okay.
you know, I don't. At this, whatever.
The baby's pushing against her diaphragm. It's very difficult.
I guess if you go out there and you do it live, a la Chris Stapleton and Babyface and stuff, but I don't care if she was singing live or not.
Really? That's disappointing.
But I feel like she was at some point.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I care when people sing or not sing because
Well-
another facade type thing.
I mean, it all is.
But I think she might have been. You know, it sounded like it was a montage with a live band
It
and everything.
sounded
else.
like.
But I believe they could have just done that because she was working on this already.
Yeah.
And they could have just recorded it like that. And I know it's hard to dance and be on these platforms singing, but to me, that's part of it.
Well, yes. And I would not want to go to a concert and then have them lip sync the entire time. But I understand for timing and that maybe you need a little bit of help. You
Now,
know,
1 to 10, what grade would or what score would you give her?
1 to 10,
10
I'm
being the
going to
best.
give her a solid 8.
8. Okay.
I do think, obviously, there was some playing it safe. It wasn't as over the top with the dancing. But now I understand why.
All right, Squid. What grade do you give it?
I'll give it a solid 6.5, 7. I thought it was good, but I do understand the people that did hate it because like the lip syncing was kind of there. There wasn't much choreography. There was no surprise guest.
Well, there was
but I love
choreography with
Rihanna.
the
and I'm
dancers.
obsessed.
There was a lot of choreography.
With the dancers,
but
there was.
Well,
Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
with
it
her,
wasn't
you mean.
that like
she was.
she wasn't doing that much, and I
Like
mean,
that.
the choreography was.
The
oh,
surprising
God.
guest
sensitive.
was her baby.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
cannot believe that's a life.
Hello.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
The greatest surprise of all.
Man, kiss or Matt.
I go with a 7. I really enjoyed it. I mean, it doesn't bother me that she wasn't dancing that much, and it didn't bother me. I mean, I kept waiting for someone else to come out because she's got so many songs with other people.
She does.
That I was a little surprised that she did it by herself. But then again, she's Rihanna. She's like, I don't need anybody else.
Yeah,
I got this.
it's me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you take out the fact that she's pregnant, all things equal, I give it like a 5. I just thought it was.
But do you
And
feel
I like Rihanna.
Yeah.
And I think part of the Super Bowl that's fun is the surprise guest, like Mankiss or Matt said. So I kept waiting. It didn't happen. It was just kind of like, oh, okay.
But do you think that
It was pleasant.
because we know now that she's pregnant, like does
That would
you
bump it
have
up
to-
some. Yeah, because it's different. I mean, there's a
But
lot of.
I
But
know
if
the
I just go by just like how I felt entertained at the moment, I didn't hate it, but I was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
The place that I was at, everybody was anticipating. So I think was a distraction. Like, when's the special guest going to show up?
Right.
When's the special guest? And it didn't, which was shocking. I mean, I think you could even gamble and bet on potential Super Bowl halftime guests that are going to show up.
Yeah.
And nobody ever
Nobody
showed
did.
up. So when she did the Jay-Z song, I'm like, is it going to be Jay-Z? Even though he coordinates the whole music. I'm like, oh, no Jay-Z. Paul McCartney would have been huge.
Paul McCartney was there.
Yeah. Oh, he was?
They showed him there. Yeah.
He was in the stands.
That would
was
have been
there.
That would have been perfect.
Wow.
He
for them.
was there.
He's like,
Put a
no,
harness on him
thank
and
you.
throw him
She
down
didn't
there.
Then I
Call me
thought
love.
Drake. Then I thought, oh, Drake's going to come out.
Right.
Disappointing that nobody came out.
And even the baby didn't come out. I mean,
No.
it was very
Now
disappointing.
I don't.
That
Yeah.
would have been something.
If she gave birth live on the stage at the very high tippy top one.
Wow,
And
okay.
sang the entire time. And then threw it down and Travis Kelce
Yes.
caught it. Jason Goodman, what grade, 1 to 10?
Oh, gosh. I would have to say 7.
Okay.
I was a little surprised at the end. I didn't know it was over.
Yeah.
Because when she goes all the way up to the top, and then they did show her kind of just saying like "thank you," and then standing there, and I thought, oh, it's over.
It was, it was pretty abrupt.
Yes,
yeah.
it would seem very abrupt.
I think we did get a heads up that it's going to be like 13 minutes, which is kind of
Yes.
short for.
Yeah.
Or it seemed like it. Maybe it's not. It seemed short.
Well, and I think she changed the set list to try to get the timing right like 35 times.
Oh, wow.
my
Because
Oh, yeah.
she was working with a very specific time limit, and so she could not get it timed
Okay.
right.
She's like, and I have so many hits.
She really does.
Yeah.
She does.
And she's very talented. But Tim, did you love or hate the Super Bowl halftime show?
I loved it. I was just a little threw off by the dancing marshmallows. Her dancers looked like giant marshmallows out there all over the field.
It made me
did.
awfully hungry. Thank you.
Somebody wrote on social media, they were like, oh, how nice of Rihanna to bring the leftover Chinese spy balloons. Oh, my God.
I think some kid at the party made that joke last night. He's like, say that tomorrow. I was like,
I saw a
I was like, I
meme.
might.
Yeah.
But Katie said it.
I did. Well, I just saw it.
That's so funny. Tiffany, what did you love or hate Rihanna's halftime show?
Absolutely loved it. I think even though their moves were slightly subdued, they were perfectly executed for that many people.
Yeah.
It still, I think,
Yeah, that's a
killed,
good
even
point.
though it was kind of simple.
I'll say when it first started and they were up on the platforms, like, oh, this is cool. And then I was like, oh, okay.
Oh.
And
No
the
tricks.
anticipation is too. I think if you went to a normal Rihanna concert and she did that, you would say the best concert
Oh,
ever.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's the Super
Yeah.
Bowl, so
Yeah.
it's just like that movie when everybody talks about how good it's going to be, or it is, and you go and you're kind of disappointed. But if you weren't expecting it. Like if we were used to Super Bowls with the marching band, and
Oh
then
my
the next Super Bowl
gosh.
that came out, we'd be like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
So,
Best one
Right,
ever.
of course, context matters. And the kid last night named
I
Zach.
saw a meme.
Yeah.
I saw a meme that said it was awfully nice of them to have a football game during the Rihanna concert.
Yes.
Yeah.
Saw a lot of that, too.
Wow, that's a super fan. The kid's name was Zach. He was like, no, do a Chinese spy balloon joke tomorrow. I was like, oh, yeah, I might. And he was like, he asked me like 3 times. Like, yeah, I might.
Uh-huh.
I think he even said to Jason before
Yeah.
he left. He was like- and we're like, yeah, we might. And they're like, I'm not going to say it. And then Katie says it. She had it already lined up. Perfect. All right, let's go to, we have Wayne. Wayne, did you love or hate Rihanna's halftime show?
Didn't like it at all. I thought what you guys replayed this morning was a lot better than what I saw last night.
Okay.
What did you, what,
Actually, well, first of all, it looked like a bunch of sperm chasing her around the stadium.
I also saw that meme.
Well, she was
Yeah, I saw
pregnant.
I
that
saw
meme.
that meme as well.
She was pregnant. So.
Yeah.
All right, Wayne, that'll be all for you for now. Michael, I think Michael even has a grade. What grade did you want to give her? What number do you want to assign to 1 to 10 Rihanna's halftime show?
Yeah, I wanted to give her a -14. I'm not a fan of big forehead Rihanna.
Oh.
The halftime show was terrible.
What does your forehead look like?
I mean, seriously, Rihanna has a big forehead.
Yeah.
So
I'm
rude.
not a
seen
fan
memes
of her.
that
So,
has nothing to
I would
do
give her a
with
-14
performance.
for that
She
performance.
is
I really hope they don't bring her back.
You a-hole. What is your problem?
I'll be that. Thank you.
That's rude.
Jason's like so upset we're judging somebody on looks.
How
dare we?
That's my job, Michael. I did not predict.
Oh, my fault. I'm sorry, Jason. I'm sorry. Yeah, that show was terrible. It was really whack.
All right, thank you, Michael.
Okay.
I did not predict in my mind that the phrase would be said by Katie today. What does your forehead look like? What is happening?
It's all fine when you can just like say it behind the phone. We don't know what you look like.
What's your forehead look like?
At least we're on social media.
Show me your forehead.
Yeah.
Let's picture your forehead, Michael. Your 5 head. All right, Jose, did you love or hate the halftime show?
I give it a 5, but if it would have been a nip slip, I would have gave it a solid 20.
I'd agree with that.
Well done, Jose. Well done. We did have our Super Bowl bets on the show. The Super Bowl bet basically was we pick a team, and the losers have to allow the winners to select their worst photo that's ever been taken.
We have so many.
From the dark web, we can find these photos and put it on our digital billboards that are all across the area, all across the Triad.
Yeah, I already I made sure of this because the head of the DBC billboards was out, and I talked to him, and he's confirmed that yes, he is able to execute the worst photo. I was really, hoping that it wasn't going to be me, but like if it was the opposite today, I wouldn't have said we confirmed.
Yeah, I was going to say. Did you talk to him this morning?
No. I talked up. I wasn't going to say anything to you guys until the end of the bet, because today I would have been like, "Yeah, he can't do it."
Got it.
But
he said
he
no.
did confirm that he could put them on all the DBC billboards in the Triad.
And we believe, we'll have that up hopefully tomorrow because we got to get the photos and some graphics designed. And it needs to be up for like a week at least.
And it will be of me, intern Squidward, and Mankisser Matt, because we chose the Eagles.
We did.
I will say, though, I'm glad. I mean, it wasn't a blowout. It was a
great
great
game.
game.
Fantastic game.
Great game.
Yes.
It was a shame that somebody had to lose. Really, it was a shame.